Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Wrestling Underground Podcast. No news this week. Apparently, Johnny Gargano's in WWE again, so there's that news. We did one news thing. No. Today we are honoring the WWE and their new savior, Jesus H. Helmsley, as we talk about the draft. Now, allegedly, they're getting ready to do their own draft. I didn't know that when I came up with the dumb idea. But I'm not going to stop doing it because they came up with a similarly dumb idea. So we're going to do a draft. Marcus, you're going to be Raw. I'm going to be SmackDown. We're going to do a draft. I don't know what he's going to pick. I may pick some of his guys. He may pick some of my guys. But all I know is we're going to build Raw and we're going to build SmackDown. Now, I would hope that our brands are stylistically in tune to what we want them to be. Because you best know I'm turning SmackDown into the SmackDown 20. And there are going to be 20 picks. So 40 dudes or stables or tag teams or chicks. You can draft champions. You can draft one person of a stable or the entire stable. You can draft one person of a tag team or all of the tag team. I will not allow you to draft a third person in the tag team, though. So, you don't get to say, I'm drafting... I don't know any other tag teams. I'm drafting the Usos and Kit Wilson. That's just a name that I'm seeing on my screen. That's why I'm going with it. So you can only draft actual tag teams or stables, not just throwing a bunch of dudes, because in that case, do I have a stable for you. You can draft managers, announcers, anyone you want. Anyone you want to define your brand. Except for Cody Rhodes, because he's a cunt.
Sorry, Cody.
You're a cunt.
Dog. Well, we'll take your dog, though, but you're in the doghouse.
Now, we can draft Cody. I'm just giving Cody the business because he's a cunt. There are really no rules outside of that. There's no time limit. Just kind of pick your guy. I'm gonna be tracking them. I got a little notepad up here on my other computer. So if you're listening live on twitch.tv/Wrestling Underground, or if you're listening on YouTube at youtube.com/The Wrestling Underground, you're not going to see any changes to the screen. So you can just venture off and play Luigi's Mansion or work out or yell at your girlfriend or berate your boyfriend. Do what you're going to do. Because we ain't changing the screen. It's just going to be the static. But with that being said, Marcus, you're on the clock. Raw. Who's your first pick? And please don't piss me off with it. I know you're going to take my boy. I know it. Don't do it.
I'm gonna surprise you, man. I'm pulling out. I'm going ladies first, and I'm pulling my girl Bianca Belair.
Ooh. For a second, I thought you were gonna go either with my pick or Blurby. I was gonna be confuzzled for a second. So Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion, off the board. Marcus is going to take Raw back to 2003, the women's brand. I dig that. I like that. I would do that. I would put the entire women's division on Raw for the second hour. I think that's the way to go. But I don't know. I'm smart, and WWE isn't. I'm going the not literally Brock Lesnar, but I'm going the Brock Lesnar pick here. I'm planning for the future. See, in my mind, I should explain this. I'm thinking about this like it was 2002, one of those, right? And how Brock Lesnar was a prospect. And they're like, we're going to draft Brock Lesnar. And he's only a prospect, but he's going to be huge. So I'm picking this guy, but I'm going to go with his Christian name and not his WWE name. I'm going with Bronson Rick. Well, I'll just go with Steiner. Technically, his Christian name is Bronson Rick Steiner, but I'm just going with Bronson Steiner, a.k.a. Braun Breaker. I'm building the brand of the future here on SmackDown. Oh, and bringing back the SmackDown fist. Right there.
Okay. All right.
I'm not taking the NXT title with me, though. So just so everyone's not freaking out. Marcus, hit me with your second pick.
Me, man. You going muscle? I'm going muscle.
Blurby.
There it is.
Bobby Lashley. So, Marcus, you snagged Belair, who's the Raw Women's. You got Bobby Lashley, who's the U.S. champion. You're hoarding titles over there. I respect that. Why Lashley though? Why Belair?
Belair, to me, she's one of the best of the women, if not the best right now. She got everything, the looks, the in ring, on the mic. She just got it all, and I think she's, you know, just a good ambassador overall. Also, Lashley, I think. I mean, just to see him go from where he was when we first saw him with the dreadful crap he had to do with Rusev, and then the sister crap, and now definitively be a dominant force, somebody that's been a former world champion and now killing it as the U.S. champion. I can put him up against anybody if we ever had like a definitive show like Survivor Series, and I think he, be killing it. So
He could hang with Brock Lesnar, that's for sure. So my second pick, I've been thinking about this, and I don't know if it's going to agitate you. If it does, I'm sorry, but not really. Because I am once again going to redeem somebody by giving them a better name than what they got. I'm going with the large Herman the German, Holter, formerly known as Gunther. And I'm taking the IC belt with me. I am building the worker brand. You got the Braun Steiner, you got the Walter, Gunther. And I don't know what's his Ludwig? I'm leaving him in the remnants of NXT UK, which is dead by the way. Like later, dude. Walter doesn't need a little fucking plebe. Out of here. No. All right. We're on round 3. Who we thinking, Marcus?
said workers, man. I need somebody that has a veteran presence that can work, and if I need to put them in a serious role, they can do that as well. And I think somebody that's been underserved, I'm gonna put them in a more pivotal role on my roster. I'm going with somebody who is damn near guaranteed, even at his age, but may not necessarily be a fan of certain communities. I'm going with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
All right. So I was thinking about it doing a joke where I'm like, I'm going to pick the gay community's biggest fan and then pick Santa Basler just for gags. No, Sonya Deville. Sorry, Sonya Deville.
I'm so glad you changed that because I was going to be like, wait a minute.
Just for the gags. But then I was like, no, I don't want to be stuck with Sonya Deville. So Styles makes sense. Name, talent, maybe not the most progressive dude. Maybe. See, like, I have a list of guys I want to take, but I want to make sure that I don't miss out on some genuine stars. But then I see guys like Mark Coffey, and I'm like, maybe star's subjective at this point. So I think I'm going to follow your lead because I was thinking about this. Like, I want to build the SmackDown brand of 2022 that harkens back to the 2002 version. So I got to go with one of the 2 guys still with the company who made that brand what it was. One half the tag team champions, so not currently, but of 2002. I'm going with Rey Mysterio. Famously, he was one half the championships with Edge. They were the first SmackDown tag team champions, and they were dope. Or was it Angle and Benoit were the first, and then they beat them? I think Benoit and Angle were first, and then they beat them. So they were the second tag team champions SmackDown. I'm leaving Dominic in whatever gutter Eddie left him in as a child. So.
Jesus Christ.
Mark's like, damn, too dark.
Gotta go back and watch that match. Like, is that how that ended?
All right, we're on to round 4.
Okay, man, we're going round 4. Let's see. Go ahead and pick me up a couple. I'm going ahead and pick me up a pair.
Okay.
Need a team, somebody that's dependable, somebody that's entertaining, somebody I can rely on, and somebody that'll mix well with my first pick. I'm going with them Street Profits.
Ooh. So you're going to build the tag team division around the Street Profits. See, now what you fail to realize here, Marcus, is your opportunity to maybe sway Bianca Belair over to you has now been ruined. See, that's a rookie mistake. If I want Scarlett, I ain't drafting Carrion. I ain't gonna put myself in a situation where if I'm flirting with somebody, their boyfriend who's much bigger than me, and let's face it, Carrion, he's a lot less tolerant than me. I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. So ballsy for you. A little too rich for my blood. I, for one, am going to go with a woman this time around. And there's a few here. I don't want to go with anything too predictable. I want my pick to kind of come out of nowhere. That's why I'm thinking Dana Brooke. No. Sorry, folks, that ain't gonna happen. I think. Yeah, I think I'll go with Alexa Bliss, actually. She's a little long in the tooth for my brand, although look at Rey Mysterio. Talk about long in the tooth. But I feel like she's one of the few names, like you have Charlotte, Bianca, Becky, and Bliss. I feel like those are your 4 names you can build a brand around. Bliss may not be the best wrestler of the 4, but she's the best character of the 4. And I have a lot of variety and ability with her. She's basically WWE's Rosemary, only not nearly as comical. Rosemary's far more funny. But yeah, I'm going to go with Bliss. Round 5, my friend.
Round 5, man. I think I'm gonna match you on the female tip, and go with somebody who definitely deserves the spotlight. A lethal ring Lothario. Somebody who was very dominant in her NXT days, the most dominant. I'm talking about the Empress of Tomorrow. Talking about Asuka.
Oof. You're definitely building the brand here, folks. But Marcus, I got to point out, a lot of your picks are getting up there in age. Bobby's 46, Styles is 113, Asuka's almost 40. One of these days, I'm gonna have the younger brand, and then you're gonna need to draft guys like Grayson Waller. I'm just saying, you don't want to be in that position.
Like, I get it. You're trying to duck potential sex and drug scandals, but but your injury report is gonna look horrendous. Come the spring, my friend. But I got something for the youth coming up, so stay tuned.
Well, I'm gonna snag them while I can. Then I'm not that familiar with them as a tag team, but Katana Chance and Caden Carter. Have a look. I ain't going. This is a war, my friend. I cannot let you get all the best picks. So I'm gonna just call them Katana and Caden. Although, can I just point out that you had Katana and Melina right there, right there.
Yeah, that's
lazy.
It's a damn good pick too, man. It's a damn good pick.
I didn't have any tag teams. And I wasn't taking the NXT UK tag team. Who would want them? All right, Marks, round 6.
Round 6. Let's see, man. Oh, yes. Pulling this guy from NXT is literally probably the main reason I watch it. Young guy, another champion. Don't necessarily know if I'm pulling him up with the title, but
almost. Wait, I'm sorry. Jumped the gun.
Almost, but not close enough. I mean, we still in the same community, but not close enough. I'm going with the young upstart, a guy that got nothing but titles in his future, much like a Bianca Belair. This is a highlight reel. I'm going with that young North American champion, Carmelo Hayes.
I knew it as soon as you started talking about titles. He's a nice guy to build around, too. He's got charisma. He's got athleticism. But he's not so athletic that when he ages, he's going to age badly, like Ricochet or Will Ospreay. Although Ospreay's kind of more grounded himself, so that's a good thing, at least.
Yeah, sorry, Trick. Wish I could have you with him, but, you know.
I mean, you could have. So you know, just so we're clear, you're deliberately leaving him behind, which is fine. I ain't going to point that out. Left behind. All right, for my next pick, I'm torn because I feel like I got 3 legitimate title guys, 3 headliners in a Steiner, in Walter, and in Ray. But like, do I go with someone like Kevin Owens? God no. Do I go with someone like Sami Zayn? Nah, nah. Maybe Kofi. But I gotta remember my brand, my mantra. I gotta pick the dudes that fit the brand. I'm the worker brand, so I'm going with one of the best workers, who I know I can put the belt on eventually, even though he's old as shit. And I'm going with the opposite of the gay community, in Finn Balor, which is ironic because he actually is quite inclusive of the gay community. But if you know anything about the AJ Styles gay community comment, you know the running gag. So Finn Balor, to really bolster the quote unquote headlining division. Although I'm bringing back the cruiserweight title, and Balor and Mysterio are gonna feud for it. So like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Marcus, that takes us to round 7, and Gigi Dolan's eyes are just, I don't know if they're hypnotic or scaring me, or yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to bolster my women's division, man, and going with the superbly athletic sweetheart, chocolate drop herself, Naomi.
Ah, I feel like I know. I feel like I know who you're about to draft after Naomi. Then you got to keep the nuclear families alive. So that what was it? We're on round 8 now, right? 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Okay. So you're going Naomi. That's a solid pick. Do I get? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say this as a personality comment, although you're gonna take it in a different way. But we need some color on this brand, so I'm going with Ron Killings.
I'll be damned.
I need some comicalness. I need him coming out doing his shtick. I've been a fan of Ron for a long time, so like obviously, and I'm not taking Riddle. Like we all know who's not being drafted. So like if like Randy Orton's like, why didn't I get drafted? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to deal with the sexual, misconduct allegations. Just kind of a thing. That takes us to round 9, though, Marcus.
Round 9 or 8.
We were just on 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we're on 8. Sorry, I jumped the gun.
Yeah. I gotta go from the booty to the boss. The boss and draft Sasha Banks.
For some reason, I thought you were talking about Becky Lynch, and I was like, don't do it. We don't need her. We don't need to go down that path, Marcus. That's a solid pick. Bolster the women's division. Super athletic division you got over there. Would you feel about taking on Dominic Mysterio in a trade? While I did not claim him, I still have trade rights.
You got trade right through Mysterio. I have an option.
See, like, part of me wants the New Day. But I want the New Day specifically for Kofi and Big E.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just draft Kofi because, again, long in the tooth. But I don't want to just hope for Big E to return because, like, that's a waste of a draft pick.
Yeah.
And, like, I ain't looking at Xavier Woods. Like, all right, dude, your biggest claim to fame was you were in a threesome with Brad Maddox and Paige. Like, I'm good. You can be on G4. We're good, buddy. We're good. If you show up one day and you see Big E, Xavier Woods, and Apollo Crews, just know you've been replaced. Just know that. I will never get over him puking in Impact.
Yeah. No.
Right? Not the best. So let's see. I think I'm going to go with my tag team pick, my male tag team pick. And I'm going to go with the Creed brothers.
Nice.
I like the shooter look, which is why my next pick, assuming you don't take him, is not going to surprise you at all. Again, I'm going with the worker brand, so I'm going with the best workers.
Yeah.
The best grinders.
Yeah, man. My next pick is somebody who, is a quality talent, but somebody who Chad wouldn't necessarily been so reticent to pick just because of Chad looks at all factors, including aesthetic, being long in the tooth, and
If you actually take Grayson Waller, I'm gonna laugh.
no, but you might laugh anyway. I'm gonna take somebody who is battle tested, battle ready, and has not been in serious title. Well, he's been in title contention, but he hasn't been a champion for some time. But he's very much somebody that's reliable. Gives a hell of a match and can go back and forth between heel and face, but he thrives, I think, as a heel, which is what he's doing right now. I'm going with that good old Canadian kid, combat prize fight himself, Kevin Owens.
All right. Now I don't need to take him. I'm so sad. This is my disappointed voice. I too am picking someone who's pretty all around, pretty well rounded, pretty fantastical. And I don't need to worry about his knees blowing out on him when he turns 40. I'm going with Chad Gable. Building the worker brand. I don't know anyone who's in the ring, rope to rope, on the mat as good as Chad Gable in this company. You got more athletic guys, sure, or I should say more high flyers, because Gable's pretty damn athletic. But as far as a catch-can wrestler, I think I got the best.
No, man. No, yeah, I'm glad that, it's ironic our picks. They just had a hell of a match on Raw.
Oh, did they?
Paul, yeah, hell of a match on Raw. Otis tried to, get some measure of revenge out of the match, and both of them ended up getting stunned and popped up powerbomb. So yeah, Owens back in his bag, but I'm guessing Otis not coming along for the ride.
Nope. Although I do like Otis, I just don't need him as a tag team.
Gotcha.
I'm drafting Gable for my future cruiserweight division.
Yeah, I dig it, man. All
round
right,
10.
Round 10, man.
Round 10.
I got that look, man. This is another guy that's long in the tooth, but I mean, it's a good tooth. It's a good tooth.
I feel like you're about to take one of my next two picks. I feel it. Feel it.
I wish he had more of a nut allergy.
Where are we going here?
This is gonna ring true when you get to that. I wish he had more of a nut allergy, but I gotta go with the Japanese icon.
Okay.
Nakamura.
He was on my maybe list, but like, all right, yeah, that's a solid pick. That's a solid pick. Although now I'm worried about you doing another Styles Nakamura feud. It's like, I don't know, maybe I'm not gonna be watching Raw underneath your tenure for a while.
Yeah, I might put them together because I don't want to. I can't take that clashing again. You really like you would. I know your song called "You a Redneck," but you kept coming off like a dumb hick. Like, put a cup on. Come on, bro.
Right.
Dumbass.
So, like I said, I'm going for the SmackDown aesthetic, but I need some headliners. So I'm going with who will end up being, in my opinion, eventually when I have the tag team champions, with his former tag team partner. I'm going with the 1,000-year-old Edge. At least that's how his neck looks like on X-rays. Put him in some tag team matches. Use him for a couple one-off main events throughout the next few years. I feel like I can get at least 3 or 4 years out of Edge. Wrestling no more than 20 times a year. Do the Sting schedule. But like have him on TV every week. I feel like that would be doable. Brings a little headlining perspective to the brand and really, because I'm looking to revitalize the SmackDown brand with what it was. Cruiserweights, wrestling, tag team. You got to go with the legacy talents. Granted, Edge may be more popular from his 06 run with Rated R Superstar, but he was a SmackDown original. So my next pick isn't going to be surprising, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's a damn good pick, man. Edge is, he's a literal legend.
Round 11.
Round 11, man. Round 11. I'm gonna go take it back to the youth. You know what I'm saying? You made the Owen Knees comment, and you might not be wrong.
He waddles, Marcus. He waddles. He's a grown man who waddles.
Like, he's not a prize fighter. He's a prize waddler.
It's not even a prize waddler. He's very bad at it.
Oh, Waddle Owens Waddle. Okay.
Waddlestein Waddle.
Yeah, I'm going all the way down to that NXT UK brand, man, and pulling up an absolute monster. You already uh have you pulled him yet? I don't think you pulled him yet, but yeah, this young kid is a monster. Not even 30. Comes out of Moscow, Russia, and just an absolute dynamo. I'm going with former UK, former NXT UK heavyweight champion Ilya Dragunov.
Which is funny because he's like 140 pounds. I like the pick, though. I like the pick. He's just a shockingly small dude, at least compared to Walter, because they had that really good match.
Yeah, man. I mean, that guy. I mean, he made his career with those matches.
Yeah, he did. He really did. That's a solid pick. That's a solid pick right there, Marcus. But I don't do solid picks. I do the best picks. SmackDown brand, SmackDown reputation, SmackDown everything. I want headliners. I want guys who you see, you're like, I'm paying money to see him wrestle 3 seconds. And there's only one dude who can wrestle that well for 3 seconds. Brock Lesnar. I don't need Paul Heyman. Have you ever seen Brock Lesnar? He's charismatic as fuck. But I am drafting the briefcase boombox. And Brock will be doing his high stepping down to the ring. Or what was that? Ghost stepping? Was that what he was doing? He was doing something.
I wasn't gonna let you complete the pass it to me unless you like. Come on now, what do you? Please tell me you bring the boombox.
Of course.
Nothing more scary than that big monstrous pumpkin bopping down the rings to some Return of the Mac.
Oh, should I bring that with him? Is that going to be part of his new aesthetic? Come out with MVP. He's the new face of the Hurt Business.
Hilarious.
Yeah. All right, go draft Jinder Mahal because I know you're about to.
Hilarious. No, that bad back bastard. No.
Round 12.
Round 12, man. I'm going. I need me a good stable. As an Impact fan, I know it well. The concept anyway. I'm gonna go with some Latin flavor, man, and pull the stable led by a very immense talent that comes with not only a good team with it, but also a beautiful, very beautiful ring gal, if you will. I'm going with NXT's own Legado del Fantasma.
Legado del Fantasma. Who's in this group, so just so I can properly document this?
Led by
Escobar?
Yes, I'm about to call him Santanos. No, it's Santos Escobar with former DJZ, now Joaquin. Yeah, now known as Joaquin. I'm about to call him Joaquin Phoenix. Jesus. No, not only by Joaquin Wild and Raul Mendoza, and accompanied by the lovely valet Electra Lopez. So, yeah.
All right. So, Marcus just upped his ante by drafting a stable. I'm going to return the favor and draft Cody Rhodes in the Nightmare stable. No.
You told me you wasn't going to include Brandy in this. You know, it's the Nightmare part.
But Marcus, they solved racism.
I think they might have just flipped it with Lambert. I don't know about solved it, but
I'm sticking with the youth movement. I'm going with her mostly because of her work in Ring of Honor. I hate the name, but I actually, fuck it. No, I can do whatever the fuck I want. The former Roxanne Perez, now once again Roxy, is a member of the SmackDown roster. I may not be going for stables, but I'm going for individuals.
She is adorable.
Right? And she grapples.
Yeah, she can go, man. She can freaking go. Let's see.
We're on to round 12?
That's just
13. We're on
13.
13. Lucky
13.
number 13.
Yeah, man. Look, this guy probably shouldn't be throwing him in here, but I need somebody that's tenured, somebody that can go. That's um, this guy can bump like a son of a gun. At this point, he's a great hand. I could put him in some great positions. Uh, heavily, resumed as championships from U.S. to tag team, intercontinental, even a former world champion. Probably when he peaked in 2013. The guy was probably my most favorite Money in the Bank cash in. I'm going with the former show off Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, he's no longer the show off. He's mostly just
Off.
show me the early bird special. Dolph Ziggler, not supposed to name DAARP. Ziggler. So let's see. We have 6 picks left. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So I'm about to make a run on women, but I'm picking one more dude. Been a fan of his for a while. I know he's a little long in the tooth, but I see him as my A train. He can be a heavy for the villain, maybe even. I don't want to say the next Batista because we've seen that way too many times. He's the next Batista, but I'm picking Rampage Brown. I know he's up there. I know he's in his mid to late 30s at this point, maybe even 40s. But he's a hoss. He throws. He's got a decent look. He's leaving the jean jacket vest back in the UK. We will find something else for him. He's just going to beat the shit out of people. So thumbs up. All right, Marcus. We're on, round 14 now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Or are we on 15? I think we're on 15.
No, it's 14. It's 14.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, you're right. I'm jumping the gun. Man. 14. Round 14.
This guy probably has the charisma of a Petunia, but he has the ring ability, of a generational talent. Former Lucha Underground sensation, formerly known as Prince Puma. I'm going with Ricochet.
Ricochet. Great for sore throats. So, I value gimmicks. And I don't care if it's a weird gimmick. I don't care if people hate it. You will look at this woman and go, I know exactly who she is. Because gimmicks transcend everything. Look at the 1980s. Most of those dudes were just one-note gimmicks. And they became legends. So the next legend coming to the SmackDown brand is Wendy Choo. God damn it. I know she's not everyone's favorite cup of tea right now. But I don't like tea. So I'm fine with it. I have a young, vibrant roster of either great personalities or great wrestlers. And I'm fine with that. Marcus, round 14 is over. We're moving on to round 15.
Yeah, man. Look, you brought somebody back and changed their name. I'm gonna do, with a great young talent. And who was it now? Roxy. There it is. You gave her name back. I need to desperately get this person their name back because they need to get back in their bag as the absolute dominant force that they once were. Coming up through NXT and then NXT UK. I'm going with who will be formerly known as Butch. I'm bringing Pete Dunne to Raw. Goddamn.
Butch, we hardly knew thee because we didn't want to. My next pick was going to be Nikita Lyons, but I heard something about her showing up in front of the January 6th committee, so I don't know.
Funny, because I want to say she could have distracted those fuckers, but maybe not even her.
Well, how is she distracted? I'm pretty sure she's one of them. Don't quote me on that, but Powerbomb Jitsu is not a big fan of some of these women. Don't know why. I don't always trust them, though. One person I don't trust, but I absolutely find her to be hilarious and like the perfect type of personality for my brand because I love me some Halloween, and we've already established her as a great Halloween host. We're going with Shotzi and her mini tank.
Okay. All right. Definitely varying different rosters, but yeah, it's funny because I got a mild crush on Sassy. Although I feel like get back to her crib and it's basically 13 gates. But
Right? Definitely.
yeah, definitely.
Round 16.
Going off kind of with a female myself. Developed a crush on her. She's come a long way in the former faction she was in. Did not expect her to be the one to not only stay the course but end up as women's champion. I'm going with the Blue Tongue Dynamo, Liv Morgan.
I didn't see that one coming. Now I know how Pietro felt. I did not see that coming. Part of me wants to take Ivy Nile because she has such a look to her, but I don't know if she's any good in the rings. Like, kind of holding off on that one. She might be my supplemental picks. I'm gonna finish off with the names I have before I start roaming. I like her look. You and I talked about her before, but I'm gonna go with a little just a little beauty. A little sex appeal. I don't know if she's a good worker, but she's got a good look, and I can make do with that. And I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton.
Hey man, Ashley, she is actually good in the ring.
I like that.
She's sizable. Like you said, she got a hell of a look. She looks like she smells like straight Chanel.
Strawberries and cream.
Yeah, yeah. Now you went with the beauty. I'm going with the beast.
If you pick Tamina, I'm ending this.
You went with damn it, I like Tamina, but not enough to get on my show. But you went with Zarbon pre-transformation. I'm going with going there when he fights. Bounce off Chaz Beauty, I'm going with the Beast. If you bring out the Princess, I'm gonna bring out the Princess Breaker, and I'm calling out the Queen of Aces, Shayna Baszler.
Ooh.
Some aggression.
No love for the Rousey?
Oh, good on her. Good. She can go over there and mind her business. just mind the business. I trust Shayna. I like Shayna more. She doesn't. She comes to work. She does the work. She goes home and she doesn't just tweet. So.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler's not a Sandy Hook denier either, so that's always a good thing. For my next pick, I'm going to go with someone who I just find interesting to look at because she uses colors as a great way to highlight herself. And that's Stevie Turner. She's blue. That's about all I know about her. But I need women that I don't know already piss me off. So, there's one. Hey, Becky, guess who's not getting drafted?
I'm trying to put in a word for you, Becky, but
yeah, I wouldn't be able to understand it anyway.
You're a Nazi fucker lover, so I don't. Yeah.
We're on a round 18, and I'm trying to figure out how long it's going to take until Marcus drafts Austin Theory.
I might actually, if I had to pick between Austin Theory and just somebody to pull out of the ass, I'd fucking draft Tai Chi. But yeah, I'm there with it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go with surprising name you probably didn't see coming. With Kevin Owens on my roster, I mean, you don't break up the pair. The He-Man needs his Skeletor. I'm talking about that good Syrian boy Sami Zayn.
All right, but who's the Skeletor in this situation? Because who's the He-Man?
They switch.
Well,
It's tops, bottoms. They switch.
So there's a Modern Family is a great show, and there's a great gag where they're talking about like relationship issues with Cam and Mitch, and they were talking about switching positions as regards to who's going to be like the stay-at-home dad and who's going to be going to work. So they bring it up, and I think it was Claire goes, Cam, haven't you always wanted to switch positions? And he just goes, I'm not allowed to talk about that. And it's very much plays off for a very tongue-in-cheek reference, but it was just one of those moments where, like, when you brought on these switch positions, I'm like, if I found out they were gay with one another, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Dirty talking to each other in French.
So, God, French. So I was gonna go with Valentina Feroz because I like her look, but I'm thinking future gimmick idea, and apparently, Thea Hale has a cheerleader gimmick. So she's gonna be my 18th pick, and there's a reason for that. It's not because I'm being weird. It's not because I'm completely being weird. It's because I have visions of bringing back the Varsity Club. That's like an old 1989 Jim Crockett Promotions stable right there for you. Because I already got Bronson Steiner, whose dad Rick Steiner was in the Varsity Club, and then I got the Creed brothers, who are wrestlers. I got Roxy, who's a wrestler. So I got myself a cheerleader. So that's gonna be my personal internal stable on SmackDown is the return of the Varsity Club, and I got my cheerleader. And if I find out she's not a cheerleader, she's going to become a cheerleader. So, Thea Hale, you have a role on this roster. Good for you. We got 2 picks left, Marcus. Number 19. Go.
Out of pull this guy, became a fan of him coming out of Ring of Honor. A lot of things you can do with this cat. Provides a lot of unique scenarios, specifically in a tournament fashion. And just got a presence about himself. I think he do real well over here. I'm going with that Arrow kid, that dog demonic Arrow kid. I'm going with Damian Priest.
I actually thought you were gonna go with a kid, and I was like, Marcus, I brought him as a fucking joke. What are you doing?
Seriously, the Dominic thing was a joke. You can't draft the kid.
So. We're all about establishing our former favorites' names. I'm going to do that again. I don't know what the hell they're doing with them, but it sucks. So we're going to stop that. I'm going to wash off all of the sense of Munsters and Monsois, and we're going to just bring him back as the sharp-talking world champion having Eli Drake. Marcus, it's in the game.
Yeah.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Good pick. I'm glad you got him. I was I couldn't do it for whatever final reason. My final pick, I like this guy. It's a good guy. He did his thing in 205 when he was still alive. That rhyme. Bars. But I think this kid kind of been left in the dust, man. The phenomenal talent. Just ain't always been put in the right positions, man. And it'll be fun to maybe see him do another run if we do a random tag scenario again with the homie Lashley. But I think this guy can certainly stand out on his own and compete for the U.S. Championship. I'm going with the former 205 Live Cruiserweight Champions. My final pick, Cedric Alexander.
Marcus, I was about to slap you because I'm like, no, you're not picking mine. No, you're not picking mine. No, you're not picking mine. Because for my last pick, literally everything you just said to describe Cedric Alexander is how I'm going to describe this guy. Former 205 Live champion, former Cruiserweight champ. At least I think he was. Dynamic, got lost in the shuffle. I'm going with Akira Tozawa. With me focusing on the Cruiserweight division, I want another cruiserweight guy.
That's a good pick, man.
So neither one of us drafted the Usos. Neither one of us drafted Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle, Cody. All right, so here's the banner that the WWE is pushing to kind of showcase who their top guys are. You got Austin Theory, you got Mandy, Steiner, Ronda, the Usos. I don't know who these two are. One's the Chinese girl, and the other one's, I don't know, generic name inserted here. You got Bianca, Becky, Drew, Bobby, Liv, Cody, Roman, Seth, Charlotte, and Riddle. So we drafted 1, 2, 3. We drafted 3 of 18 of the banner superstars. So that's what we did today. Did I count that right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. No, 4. Sorry, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you got Bianca, Bobby, and Mandy. Then I had Bronson, and then the rest of them we said you can go home.
Yeah, I got Bianca, Bobby, and Liv, not Mandy.
Yeah, I meant Liv when I saw Mandy. Oh God, I've
Yeah.
become you. I can't tell the white people apart. So here's the final roster. Marcus, this is yours. You have Bianca Belair and the women's title, the Raw women's title. You got Bobby Lashley in the U.S. title. AJ Styles. Can I trade you the Intercontinental for the U.S. title?
Who has the IC?
Walter. You're not getting the wrestler. You're getting the belt.
Okay. Let's do
Okay,
it.
cool. All right, so Lashley's now the IC champion. I'm bringing back the 1998 WCW US title because that belt was awesome. Not the big flag one. That was stupid. So we got Bianca the Raw Women's Champion. Bobby's the IC Champion. Styles, the Street Profits. Asuka, Carmelo Hayes, Naomi, Sasha Banks, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ilya Dragunov, Legado del Fantasma, which is Escobar, Phoenix, Raul Mendoza, and Elektra Lopez. Dolph Ziggler, Ricochet, Pete Dunne, Liv Morgan, Shayna Baszler, Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, and Cedric Alexander. Marcus, you didn't draft Roman Reigns, so you have no Raw World Champion. So I will let you bestow the belt on somebody. Who are you going to let be your first Raw champion in the Marcus Green era of Raw?
Man.
And why is it Pete Dunne?
What's it? Hilarious. And we got to build him up. We got to get that name stink off him first.
Yup.
Gee. You know what, man? I'm going to go with yeah, I'm gonna go with the safe bet. Pull it out, put him back on top for the meantime at least. Short time, not a long time. I'm gonna go with the phenomenal one.
See, I really thought you were going to go champ. I had even written it in. Bobby Lashley. But Styles makes sense too. Raw World. So for me, I got a few big names I can put this on. And I think just because we're getting things off the ground, I'm not even asking for matches. If I can just get 10 appearances in the span of 3 months, I will put the belt on Brock Lesnar until WrestleMania. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make Brock my champion. I'm going to build up Walter to be his first opponent.
Nice.
So that's going to be my headliner for WrestleMania. Is Walter versus Lesnar for the world title. And Brock's going to get Chopped City. Like, he's going to move from Suplex City to Chop City. And he's going to find out that Chop City don't play around.
Yo.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, I'm going to build up Bronson to be the U.S. champ. I don't have a Raw Women's champ. Or a SmackDown Women's champ, I mean. I left her behind. So I'm going to throw that on to Shotzi because she's the one who I know the most of in ring-wise in terms of what she can do. And is different enough for me to be able to market. So I know, Alexa Bliss can do it, but I want someone different for my inaugural champion. And Marcus, you don't have any tag team champions, so you get to pick your tag team champions. It doesn't need to be a tag team, although you do have the Street Profits.
Yeah, I'll probably go put them on the Street Profits, let them do their thing. In terms of you set up your main pitch, I think I'm gonna set mine up. AJ going against Santos Escobar.
Ooh.
Build him up through a tournament.
Now, are you going to keep the Santos Escobar name, or are you going to put the mask back on him and let him be King Cuerno?
I think I'm gonna let him rock out as Santos, man. Because
Okay.
you need to. Because Styles used to be the pretty boy, now he's you know.
Now he's that epic rap battles of history line. He's got the mama jeans and a Mr. Fantastic face.
Epic rap battle. That's it. That's perfect.
He's short Mitt Romney at this point. So my tag team champions I've already mentioned before are going to be Edge and Ray. So I'm going to tag team. Let's see. Move that down here. Move this over to here. Move this down. Move this over to here. Move this down. Move this over. And then my Cruiserweight champion, which I've been bragging about all this time, is going to go to Chad Gable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got my women's, got my IC, got my world, and got my tag team. That's 4.
Now, back in the day, Raw had the hardcore title. So I'll let you either have like the hardcore title, the European title, because I got 5 titles. I got the US, got the women's, got the heavyweight, got the tag, got the cruiser. So I'll give you a 5th title if you want it. Euro hardcore could be the WCW TV title, could be the NXT title, United Kingdom title.
Let's see. You know what, man? I'll bring up that North American Championship.
Okay. Who's getting it, though?
See, since I didn't bring up Hayes with it, I'm going to put it on. Let's see. Let's see, that'll be three faces with a belt. Bianca, Lashley, and Profits. I'm gonna put it on Owens.
Interesting. North American title. I like that pick. I mean, I don't, 'cause it's Owen, but it's not the worst.
Thank you. Yeah, man, I like these rosters, man. Even with the names we did, be like, you didn't pick any Samoans. I'm like, we were this close to picking Tamina. Shut up.
You were that close to picking Tamina. I was thinking about picking the Uso brother. I was. If we're doing supplemental drafts, he's definitely on the short list of guys I want. Maybe Roman. Yeah. Not really. We'll send Roman and Seth and like Riddle and Randy Orton to the European brand. Bye. Have a beautiful time. You take Charlotte with you too. Lights.
Hey, don't worry, Naomi. I'll give you a contact number. I'll give him a beeper over there.
We'll make sure that all of his cars have a breathalyzer to the start, just to make sure.
You gotta be under the limit for it to start. Yep.
You can't have anything on your breath for it to start. So like that way, Naomi doesn't have to worry.
Nice.
So I like these brands.
Same.
Marcus, you definitely have a very 2016 Raw brand. You got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I definitely went hard into the O2. A lot of wrestlers, although I got some personalities. I got Ron Killings. I got Wendy Chu. They're going to carry a lot of the load, so to speak, with the promos. I really want a Big E, though.
Yeah, man. It's just not a safe bet.
Right? Because we're
Might
treating
as
this
well
like
have
a real draft, so we can't just go, yeah, and then Big E's neck is fixed. I wish that was that easy.
Yeah, because at that point we might as well fight over vacant, and that's not a shot at E, but that's just the situation he's in.
Yeah.
You know.
And he would have been in my first 3 for sure, because he's definitely one of those guys that I think fits that SmackDown brand. At least my
Yeah,
SmackDown brand.
I know he's up there at age. Were you even remotely close to picking the Bruiser and Sheamus?
No, God, no, fuck no. Like
Oh, you could
it didn't even cross my mind.
Ah,
Like maybe 12 years ago when he was just like a decent worker and the rest of the company was shit. But we
oh
got so
man.
many better options than him. Like he's that UFC fighter who's really good in 2006 because like everyone was just like wrestling and nobody else was doing anything, so he became like really good. But then everyone else
Yeah,
became even better, and he's like, I don't know why I've lost 20 fights in a row. It's because all you do is kick people. Like you're fucking one note, bro.
you got a hate pick over Drew or Sheamus. Who you going with?
Drew McIntyre or Drew Gulak?
Well, if I add Drew Gulak to the gym, definitely going with Gulak.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
If we're going with McIntyre or Sheamus, I'll go with McIntyre. He's a good enough hand. He's a better hand than Sheamus, and he's more durable. His promos
yeah.
suck, but if I can steer him from Braveheart Scott to Mystic Knight of Tir na No, I may have something there. If he comes out in full gold and blue regalia with like shield and shit, hell yeah, you're mine. Let's do this. I'll just have him get eaten by Brock Lesnar 60 times in a row. It's fine.
I ate Draganta, but Jesus Christ, Rock, this Scorpion King wig was ridiculous.
Oh God.
What you saw?
All right.
you
So if you could draft one additional guy, a legend, your Booker T, your Goldberg, your Sting, although Sting's not on the roster, your Rock, your Stone Cold, Vince McMahon. You get to pick a legendary name to either serve as an occasional in-ring talent, an announcer, a GM, anyone who's not currently signed to a roster but has been historically, affiliated, like a Teddy Long or an Eric Bischoff. Who would you add for that spice of legendary taste?
man.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Did you throw in our boy Teddy? Okay, did you say Teddy?
I said Teddy. You want to bring in Teddy?
I'm gonna bring in Teddy, man. I'm gonna have a, I'm gonna kick things off with a tag team tournament.
Now, I was thinking Goldberg. Because obviously, I'm a Goldberg fan.
Yeah, and you got Brock.
And I got Brock. But remember what I said this is. This is about revitalizing the brand's history. And everyone knows that my favorite WCW wrestlers in order are Sting and Goldberg 1 and 2. But Marcus, just off the top of your head, who's number 3 on that list?
Sting, Goldberg. I'm trying to see, who do you love as much as you love those guys? Is it Brett? No.
No, well, I mean, I like Brett, but Brett's not my WCW guy. Like, I wouldn't consider Brett a WCW guy.
Not Eddie. You already drafted Mysterio without a kid.
Well, I didn't want Eddie's kid, so no. I will give you one hint.
Not Nash, is it?
No, but I do like Nash. This person was in TNA for a while.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Chad. Everybody and their mama passed.
Exactly. Although, no, not Mama's, because Shelton Benjamin isn't the name.
Larry. I'm trying to see.
All right, I'll give you one more hint. and this should really truncate the options. We quote him literally all the time.
Come on down, Scotty.
No, but close. Scotty would be in like the top 6. Booker T. Sucker.
You putting him on commentary? What
God
we doing?
no.
Not for a Rumble entrance so he can enter himself. Booker T taking this pass, giving ass down to the ring.
I'm gonna pair him and Ron Killings on commentary. Boom, nailed it.
Oh my God.
I
I have
love Booker.
nothing.
He is a fantastic talent. Maybe not the best announcer. God, that was bad. But he's a solid promo. He's iconic with the WCW brand, which actually was going to be what I was going to say about SmackDown. But because I equate WCW and SmackDown so much as one in another, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, so like Book's my legend.
Booker T or Ron Killings on what you call it. The count of that 1-2 punch that would eventually become, I would have literally had to call Taker out of retirement.
Marcus.
The pairing with Teddy, but it'll take up too much airtime with him getting to the damn ring.
Table for 3. Booker T, Ron Killings, and Little Jimmy. It'll last 48 seconds, and it's going to be Booker T mostly just asking questions, and Ron deferring to Little Jimmy, and then Booker being upset that Ron's speaking to nobody.
Well, because we couldn't get the African rights to his TNA gimmick, you had to make him King Booker.
Oh no, we're straight up doing the African King gimmick. Because in his home country of Africa, Booker T is legend.
And it starts off, you gonna be in the King gimmick. I see you have brought your little friend. And then all of a sudden, because Killings is genius, he sets up a way for the chair to kick itself out, and then you hear little feet sample away, and Booker T snaps out and goes straight black. What the hell?
Okay, so I don't know any of the ring announcers, so we'll just say the hot chick for both of ours. I think that narrows it down. If you had to pick an announcer and a color commentator.
Announcer and color commentator. I'm gonna go with
It
for
can be
color.
anyone, it can be anyone on the roster or not signed.
I'm gonna go with for color. I'm going with McAfee.
Okay.
For straight up and down ring announcer.
No, not ring announcer. Play-by-play. Sorry.
Oh, play-by-play. Okay,
Our ring announcers are just gonna be the hot chick
gotcha.
because that's whoever they are. It's just hot, attractive women.
McAfee for color, and I'm gonna put. You said signed or unsigned, right? Screw it. Got some bad news. Put them pairing with Wade.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do Jimmy Smith. If I remember correctly, he was the Bellator announcer way back in the day. It was Jimmy Smits. I think there's an S. Jimmy Smits. That's not how you spell Bellator. Just go with an announcer. Is that his name? Jimmy Smith? I thought it was. Is that right? Yeah. So I guess Jimmy Smith. I thought it was Smits. Now I'm realizing that Jimmy Smith is the actor who played what's his face on Sons of Anarchy. So I'll draft him too. I don't give a fuck. I love Jimmy Smith. He's great. What was his name on Sons? Do you remember?
Let's see, Jimmy Smith.
Yeah, he was boning Jax's mom near the end.
Oh, Hector. Was it what the freak is?
Let's see. Nope, stop going with the .com. He was
Nero.
Nero. His actual name was Neron.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was one of the coolest. But besides the black cop whose wife got wiped, shout
Oh, that was rough.
yeah, man.
So, all right, my announcer is Jimmy Smith from Raw and Bellator and UFC, and my color guy is going to be Matt Stryker because obviously it's Matt Stryker.
Obviously.
Obviously, like y'all should know by that. Like if you ask me who my because see, here's the thing: if Sting wasn't with AEW, my legend would be Sting. But I love Book, and I want to kind of rehab his image from his bad take persona because he's had a lot of bad takes recently. And I'm going to do kind of more of a sport focused, where Book, Jimmy, Matt, maybe some other guys that I can get in. We'll do like a round table of sorts before or after SmackDown, or maybe in between matches, like they do on Bellator and UFC shows, where they have like the other non-commentary guys talking about what just happened. So that's gonna be Book. So that's our brand. Thoughts, comments, concerns, Marcus, on anything?
No, I mean, this would be cool. We got a chance to do this in like a virtual game or something, like side by side,
That would
and
be
then like, and see now that we got our rosters, now we can play with aesthetic. Like you bring back the SmackDown Fist. I'm bringing back the Raw with the like the iron uh
like the fists on the
type
side
of stuff.
from like
Uh,
2001.
something. Yeah, something to that degree, yeah. Or the early 2000s, and then we picking theme music for the show, and then that whole deal, yeah, that'll be good.
So like you're thinking more like the Titantron era of Raw, with the big steel structure around the screen.
Boom, there it is. Yeah,
Okay, okay. The one that Big Show yanked down.
exactly. Then you'll have the SmackDown Fist, or whatever. I mean, I know you're gonna put a lot into that because you're very much about like aesthetics when it comes to that stuff. Because so many of these shows just got a different name with the same damn setup.
Mm-hmm. It's gotta be unique. So ideally, I would like to do another 20 picks just to round out the roster, but it's been an hour or so. It's close to an hour. So if we do another 20 picks, it'll be next week. But
Yeah.
yeah, Johnny Gargano will return to Raw. That's the biggest news of the
Yeah.
last 7 days, or debuted on
You,
Raw, I should say.
your boy Double J gone? You gone?
Jeff Jarrett's gone. I hope he ends up back in Impact. I think that'd be great. AEW, I mean, I don't watch it, so there's CM Punk drama. But I think it's mostly overblown. I think it's a lot of people running with a narrative. So it's what people do. What I want to do more often, Mark, is more stuff like this, and then like we'll like do the news for the last like 20 minutes or so, but not tonight.
Yeah.
Talk about shows and specific angles and stuff like that, and like really focus on the history of wrestling, because I think that's what I like most is seeing how
Yeah.
something went. But I still want to talk about
Yeah.
wrestling. There's just not a lot of news that I would put into an hour show.
Yeah, unless it's something big that we need to go. Somebody did something like just obnoxiously stupid.
Or like a
That
chest
can't.
burster from the Alien franchise exploded out of Stephanie McMahon's breasts. Like that's an hour-long news segment right there. Because I have so many questions.
Yeah, somebody that's really obscure. They news leaking. Like, how in the hell?
Like Roman Reigns is wearing a wig. A beard wig. That's an hour segment. That is an hour segment.
Uh,
Is nothing true in this damn industry of ours? So next week, I don't know if we'll actually do the supplemental draft, because that seems like a pie in the sky idea, and I feel like we would just start drafting the more terrestrial names.
You're like, okay, who would you like when you walked into your catering? Who would you?
Logan Paul. I have reasons.
You're like, I like Dana Brooke because I feel like she entertaining with her cartwheels until they got there.
Well, I was gonna pick Dana Brooke, but I found out she's engaged. So like, I don't know, or dating someone. I don't know what she is anymore. I wasn't gonna go full Vince McMahon. I'm just gonna go more Jeff and Karen Jarrett. where I have an inappropriate relationship with somebody and I still marry them. Although maybe it wouldn't be Dana, considering that the WWE roster is filled with very attractive people. God damn. Even some of the men, like, you're like, I'm not even gay, but like, all right, I get it. I get why you would be. It's still not for me, but I get why you would be. So what should we do for next week? We've been talking about doing yearly reviews with Impact, but I don't know if I want to make you sit through some of the 2002 content. That's a special kind of hell. That might be, honest to God, I think the first year Impact might be worse than the last year WCW.
Jesus.
It is rough, but I don't know, because there are like, if the last year of WCW from March of 01 to April of 2000, if we're considering that the last year, I can't think of more than 2 matches during that entire time span that were actually good. But I can think of like 10 matches from the first year of TNA that were good. So I don't know. But the segments were arguably worse than that in WCW, because the segments in WCW were pretty funny, mainly whenever Scott Steiner had a mic. There was no Scott Steiner in TNA in the first year, so like.
Oh man.
Ooh, okay, so let's go around the idea. I'll let you pick. We can do our favorite year in wrestling. We can do our least favorite year in wrestling. Or we could build our. Ooh, okay, so this was actually one I had before the show. Our 10 favorite pay-per-views of all time. So, best year, worst year, 10 favorite pay-per-views. I'll let you pick which one you want to go with. And then for next week, that's what we'll do.
10 favorite pay-per-views of all time.
And
Okay,
they can cross over, unlike the draft.
I dig it. I like that. Let's go with that.
All right, so next week, 10 favorite pay-per-views of all time. Then we'll carve out 20 minutes or so after the end to kind of just run through the news. And basically what we'll do for that is, Mark, is I'll read off the headlines, and then I'll say, opinions on any? Then we'll give our opinions, and then we'll be done. So, for Marcus Green, I'm Chad Portal. Thanks. Well, we got a whole lot more before I get to that. You can find Marcus on Twitter at ParadoxKid, ParadoxKid.
That's me.
We have a New Japan G1 winner in Kazuchika Okada. The fact they didn't go with Tama Tonga pisses me off to no end. Actually, not true. I was mildly perturbed. I shouldn't really overrate how angry I was, because I wasn't. I was more disappointed than anything. New Japan, you didn't do anything wrong, and I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed is all. And Marcus is probably going to talk about that eventually on his other show, The Truepenny Show. TruePennyShow on Twitter. You can find all the links to the show via their Twitter account. You can find me on Twitter, Chad Nerdcorp, ChadNerdCorp, and on my Instagram at Chad's Photohut, ChadSPHOTOHUT. That's it. We're done for the show. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for giving us a chance to remember, as always, to watch more wrestling. And Marcus, with the death of Young Justice, we may need a new outro. Take us home.
Good night, me.